Why, hello everyone. I am here today to talk about the next update. This is a massive update that overhauls a lot of the research that was going on. So, I'm just going to go through it one at a time. You start with Townie that you unlock during the tutorial. It of course goes into Timber next because we have very beautiful large trees. Makes you really feel like you're in the middle of a true forest, but can be difficult to cut down, so I made sure cheap and easy to unlock. Next, after that, you can grab a wardrobe, a little fun gadget over here to store armor. It is currently undergoing a few bugs, but they are being solved as we speak, so just give some patience with that one. Off towards the bottom, we have shops. So all you have to do with the shops is left click a barrel with something that you're holding, and you can sell it for some coins. Or you can try to be buying items with coins. Set up some fun marketplaces at your town that our players can teleport to. So, for example, if I go /town spawn Everlight and head to the Everlight district, and I head downstairs, they have in here a little shopping area that they like to, set up. So once more players start interacting, they can use these. Let's go back over more of it. You have pouches to be able to have some more storage while going into dungeons than the bundles can offer. Next are dungeon runes. There are several different runes. I think it's more than 3 at this point to be able to craft that have some different effects on dungeons that you can make your life a little bit easier. Going to this is the industry section. So we have logic gates. Logic gates are pretty nifty. It compacts your redstone by quite a lot. So your end gates, OR gates, NOR gates, ZAND gates, all such things can be condensed into a single block. Click villagers is a nifty little feature to be able to pick up villagers by shift right clicking them and drag them around in your inventory. You can even use hoppers to pick up baby villagers and automate some of your farms a little bit more easily. Moving on from that, on the top path is Tinker. This one's not yet implemented, so this is about a green sort of marks as far as you can go right now. But Tinker will sort of be like a Tinker's Construct, the mod, where you're able to modify your tools with a bunch of different modifiers, to put it simply. You can get Beacons Plus. These are upgrades to your beacons, so you can expand their range, have mobs spawn faster, crops grow faster, you can have double XP. Like, there are numerous effects you can get with Beacons Plus. After that is minions. You guys probably know minions from the high pixel skyblock. You can just plop these guys down, they'll collect lots of resources around for you. Then, as the creme de la crop, you have Minetorio. This is a system for creating entire factories to automatically collect and create resources for you. Down on the bottom path, we have upgrade hoppers. These are wireless item transport, automatic filters, and all sorts of different upgrades. You can transfer entire stacks of items all at once with upgradable hoppers to make your factories and storage that much better. Talking about storage, we have advanced chest. So there's currently actually a debate that I'm going through on, there's 2 different plugins that I might use, and they operate in slightly different ways, but they both have the same general gist of the idea that they make your storage much larger, much vaster, and much more easy to use. After that is spawners. So you can create spawners of any mob and give them upgrades and stuff all underneath custom crafting. And that's it for the industry section. The new items in here are builder's wand. So this kind of gives you like a world edit wand slightly. So it allows you to be able to sort of pull items from your inventory to then create patterns and to keep building larger. You have to make it a little base template, but it's really good for doing pattern recognition and building off of that. So the new ones in here are Beacons Plus and Builder's Wand. Moving on to the middle direction, you have Builder's Tools. So these are nifty little tools to make building easier, like, wrenches to just quickly rotate items, or place random items from your inventory, a bunch of different stuff, or swap out items quickly, save you some time. Nice little tools. Next is armored elytras. If you're stuck trying to decide, should I wear an elytra, should I wear a chest plate, don't do that. Just unlock armored elytras, combine them together in an anvil, and keep their nifty enchantments to have all in one. Here is the sort of like the travel section. Next is the enhanced horses. You can summon a horse, and by riding on the horse, you're able to upgrade it, making it jump higher, run faster, give it more health, all sorts of things. So you can have the ultimate steed. Going up, we have scrolls. These are a couple different scrolls for teleportation. In case your town spawn takes, 20 seconds to warm up, the teleportation, make it instant. You can also set teleports within dungeons. You can teleport around to different waypoints that you select, all with these nifty scrolls. Next, sort of in a storage like method, but it's ender chest, so it's good for traveling, I guess, is bigger ender chest. If you ever feel constrained by having 3 rows in your ender chest, have 6 rows instead. It's the size of a double chest. But if you need even more storage than that, create an entire pocket dimension. Within a single shulker box, you simply plop it down and you can enter into a different dimension where you have a large room that you can do and build whatever you'd like. Next is waystones. For the traveling, like the scrolls, but a bigger version, is a entire network. You can set your waystone to be public, so anybody else with a waystone can teleport to it, or to be private, and you can name it, and you can do all sorts of different things to be able to set up your own network. Down on the bottom is skills. So, a lot like the MC MMO, you end up, digging trees and you can get upgrades to dig trees faster or potentially, get a special version of a sapling get a sapling every time you dig leaves, or your axe deals extra damage, or tons of different things. It's an entire skill tree that you can get for enchanting, for brewing, for, lumber work, for farming. You can unlock this and be able to get I'll just go away with it, honestly. Next is backpacks. Sort of the upgrade to pouches down here. Backpacks offer you, instead of just 1 row of, mobile inventory space in dungeons, 3 and 6 rows of mobile inventory space in dungeons. Definitely really great for trying to get the most out of your dungeons. Because let's be honest, you've spent at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, maybe 10 knowledge to be able to get here. So you're probably running some brutal or absurd level dungeons, which of course are overwhelming your inventory at that point. So make sure to grab backpacks to make it easier. You might also have some happy gas. Now, you're living in a town and you want to secure your happy gas somehow, and people are stealing it from you, or you set up the permissions to be able to not have people move pistons and stuff in your plot, keep it protected. But still your happy gas just moves so slowly. Well, look no further. Grab smart happy gas to be able to upgrade them to go faster, to control who's allowed to ride on them, control who's allowed to drive them, and all sorts of different things, all underneath this one nifty plugin. And next is soul manipulation. This one's currently under development and not yet, implemented. But you guys might be noticing this beautiful one up here in the corner, hidden behind these 2, undecided texts to research. Space travel. Yes, our server will have space travel. Be able to go through an entire solar system, drop off on different planets, create a spaceship and everything. So I'm really excited for when we release that. This is the travel section of the research menu. The new items are the smart happy gas, the skills, and the space travel. Going up, if you unlock Uber enchantments to get some really powerful enchantments on your gear, and wolf horns, as there's a bunch of horns in dungeons that can do some nifty stuff with your wolf pets, you'll end up in the power section. Unlock the use of rings. You'll find these in dungeons, a bunch of different rings to give you status effects and give your allies bonuses and your enemies nerfs. So go ahead and grab that. Next is power runes. So, the entire time you've been running dungeons, so long as you're defeating the bosses, you've been getting power items. These power items are relatively weak, you probably will think, but guess what? That's where you have to get power runes for. These are runes that allow you to upgrade your power items, and guess what? You don't have to upgrade any individual item with every rune. Instead, you craft a rune, you absorb its magical power, and it upgrades all power items that you use, or whatever will use. It's quite nifty. Next is some smart allays. Now, allays can be rather boring. I personally am a little disappointed with Minecraft's implementation of these guys, just not really all that helpful. So, let's make them a little bit more, quirky. You can give them different weird items to be able to work with. So TNT, lapis lazuli, some fire charges, some end crystals or eyes of ender, whatever it may be. Give them some special items and you'll see they have some very unique reactions. Moving up is fusing. So you'll notice that your power items, they take up a lot of space. You want to have your power one, your attack one, your defensive one, your movement one, your healing one, all these different items. Well, with fusing, you can combine them all into a single inventory slot and be able to cast them much more easily. Next, it's talisman. Talisman are going to be a lot like the rings, but instead of having to hold them, using up one of your precious hand slots and not being able to hold a shield or something like that, instead these necklaces of magical power will be able to go in a special inventory space to give you passive buffs. Next are totems. There's a bunch of special totems. If we travel to Spawawan to spawn, and you go over here to where you're able to get the custom enchantments from this guy, the Enlightened Librarian. You can also go to the Peaceable Evoker to get all these custom totems using some totem crystals that you'll get in dungeons. And yeah, so going back to our menu, we then have the devotions. So if you end up doing some quest and sacrifice some special items to some following cult group or some deity, you can get more potion effects, even infinite potion effects, or have iron golems summoned in times of need. Your devotion shall give you power. Next is alchemy. Currently in progress of being developed, but these will allow you to craft special potions that will have ridiculously powerful effects that are just so much fun. It's nothing you'll ever get with some vanilla potion. And next, the combat pets, one of my more favorite ones, as down here in spawn, if you travel up to the pet auction location and see all these beautiful pets, you can click on this guy. He has new pets every single day that you can get. Iron golems, skeletons, turtles, you name it. Almost every mob is optional for a pet. And these guys can be upgraded to have different attacks and all different kinds of things. But anyways, that makes up the rest of the power section. There's actually no new researches in here, but there will soon be. Anyways, this has been a massive change from the previous layout, and a lot of the cost for amount of research has decreased. So I really think that you guys will be able to enjoy getting through the research tree and, get some of that early game benefit, convenient research earlier in the game when it is indeed convenient to you. Well, love you guys. Thank you for watching. Farewells.